Pastor Robert here from Vivid Church. Just wanted to jump on and join you for a moment to announce. I posted it on Facebook, but I wanted to come on live and announce that we are going to take this week off from our daily devotional routine. Now, I've looked back and we have now completed 4 years of devotionals. We're going to start our 5th year, and yes, we will be back. But we're going to take this week between Christmas and New Year to just take a pause, posture ourselves, pray, seek the Lord for His mind for the new year. We want to start 2023 strong. We want to start it on the right foot. We want to march to Christ and with Christ and for Christ. And so we're really putting something in this week to get the mind of Christ. We are going to have church next Sunday, the first day of the year, New Year's Day, Sunday at 10 o'clock, our regular time, regular service. I believe God's already laid a word upon my heart that I'll develop and preach for next Sunday. I'd love to see the whole assembly together, all our people out and coming out, if that were possible. God help us. Would you pray for me and for us? Would you pray for Vivid Church? Would you pray for God's will and purposes to be done, to be made known, revealed, and accomplished as only they can be by His Spirit? So please understand that this week we will not have our daily devotionals. We will be back next week, but this is a time for you to pray for us and for you to posture yourself for the wonders that the Lord will do in your life this coming year. That we would love to see happen. That being said, I'll give you one devotional thought because I can hardly jump on here without trying to encourage you some. We hope this year will be more encouraging, more inspiring, more helpful, more useful to you than ever before. But that being said, let me give you my thought. You know, we always say that Jesus is the reason for this season. But a few years ago, it dawned on me that we are the reason for the season. And what I mean by that is I know it's about Jesus. But if it hadn't been for us, if it hadn't actually been for our sin and our misery and our woe, if it hadn't been for our wandering and our blindness and our darkness, if it hadn't been for the foul conditions of our heart, the distance and separation from God, the lack of that abundant life that He created us to have and possess and enjoy, if it hadn't been for that, Jesus never would have came. And that really is encouraging and inspiring to realize that my first connection with God is not by means of my goodness. My first connection with God is by means of my failure, by means of my sin. Where sin abounds, grace does much more abound. And the message of His coming is exactly that. God was not going to leave us to ruin, to our own devices, to our separation from Him, and the lack of the abundance of life that He gives in our lives. No, He came for us and to us to do a great and awesome work. You ought to be encouraged this morning because your failure is the reason for the season. Not your best abilities, but your worst features are the reason for the season. Rejoice in that. Give God praise and give Him thanks. And don't forget to pray for us this week. Don't forget to pray for New Year, the new year, and what God has in mind. Don't forget to pray for Sunday morning, the New Year service. God bless you all. I love you greatly. We'll see you real soon. Bye for now.